Hi guys, Emily here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a makeup tutorial. It's going to be a beautiful fall glam and we're going to be using a lot of makeup. So this is going to be full coverage. If you're into that, then you will definitely enjoy watching this video.
For moisturizer, I'm using this organic argan oil and patting it in. Then to moisturize my lips, I'm taking the e.l.f. lip balm. This is in the shade Nude, and I really like this stuff. But just so you know, if you don't wear makeup, this is gonna make you look pretty dead. Then I'm taking my Urban Decay Pore Perfecting Primer. So I just recently purchased the LA Girl Pro concealers, and yes, I love them. I'm first taking this salmon colored one, and I'm going to be applying that under my eyes where I have blue greenish vibes going on. And then I'm going to blend it out with the Flawless Concealer Brush from e.l.f. Favorite buffing brush for concealers. Hands down. Next step, taking the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. And I'm going to be mixing that with a little bit of a darker cream foundation from my Graftobian palette because it's a little bit light. But my opinion on this foundation, it is awesome. Yes, I just recently purchased this foundation along with the sponge and a couple other things. So I've been loving this foundation as well, especially for a combination skin girl. Now I'm going to be exfoliating the lips with a disposable mascara wand, prepping the lips with a little bit of foundation. Then I'm taking my warm-based concealer and applying that on the areas around my face where I want to highlight and brighten. And of course, blending that out with my Real Techniques face sponge. Taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to be taking the damp sponge and applying that under my eyes to set the concealer. And this method has been my current favorite for a while because it just makes my under eyes look very airbrushed. Now I'm taking the darker concealer and I'm going to be applying that on the areas where I want to sculpt out my face a little bit, but also adding warmth. And then, of course, blending it out with the Real Techniques sponge. These concealers dry pretty quickly, so just so you guys know before you want to purchase these concealers that you have to work with them pretty fast. I love this concealer because look how easy it is for me to contour my nose with that little fine brush. It's such an amazing product, you guys. I need to make a video of really holy grail products from the drugstore. That needs to happen on this channel for sure. Sculpting out the contour with the highlight concealer shade to clean it up a little bit. Now, time for brows. I'm not going too cray-cray with the brows. At least not too cray-cray today. And I'm going into that contour shade in my Anastasia contour palette in medium and filling out the brows with that shade. I usually like to do this when I'm in a rush. Then I'm taking the Laura Mercier translucent powder once again to set the rest of my makeup with the sponge. Equals airbrush finish. To bronze up my face a little bit more, I'm taking Sephora's mattifying foundation in Deep 50. Yes, this is a foundation, but I'm using this as a matte bronzer and it has more coverage to it, so that's more full coverage to you, woman. And I'm applying that everywhere I applied the darker concealer. To prime my eyes, I'm taking MAC Painterly Paint Pot and applying that with a big fluffy synthetic brush. Then I'm taking, once again, Fawn eyeshadow from the Medium Contour Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills and going to be applying that as eyeshadow, focusing most of the color on the outer corner. And blend as you wish. Now I'm taking this neutral peach shade and I'm going to be applying that as my transition and to warm up the brown. Then I'm taking Expensive Pink from MAC and applying Urban Decay All Nighter Spray before I apply it on my lids to make it more of a metallic finish, and I feel this method makes my eyeshadow last long as well. I'm going to be doing the same thing, but with Amber Lights eyeshadow from MAC. My all-time favorite eyeshadow of all time, ever. Now time for the cool part. I'm taking the bottom of my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation tube, and I'm going to be using that as a guide for this diffused liner effect. I'm taking really dark brown eyeshadow first and applying that, intensifying it more towards the edge of that tube. As you can see, it's going to give it more of a diffused liner effect. I'm blending the top of that with a very small blending brush. Then I'm taking Sable eyeshadow from MAC and defining the lower lash line. And then I'm going to top that off with Amber Lights from MAC to give it more of a bronzy metallic finish. And then whatever's left on that brush, I just brought it down to the lower lash line with the brown eyeshadow. And then highlighting the inner corners with Nylon from MAC. Then taking NYC's liquid liner in black, I'm going to be lining the eyes, keeping it fairly thin. And then I'm just bringing it out slightly, but waiting for that to dry because we are going to be setting that liquid liner with eyeshadow. It's going to make the eyes look, well, the liner look softer and more diffused and more dramatic. And then whatever's left on that brush, I just brought it to the lower lash line. Then I'm taking my favorite mascara at the moment, the Douce Cosmetics mascara, and then applying that to the top and lower lashes, separating any clumps. And then using this natural shade lip liner from Jordana, I'm going to be using that as a guide before I apply the darker lip. I think this look looks really nice with nude lips as well, so this can kind of give you an idea of how it would look with nude lips. For the star of the show, I'm using the LA Girl matte pigment glosses. I think that's what they're called. And this shade is in Black Currant. Definitely one of my top 3 faves. Because I only bought 3 anyways. But this is one of my favorites. For blush today, I actually just took a very pale pink eyeshadow and applied it to the apples. Applying some black liner to the waterline. Then I just took a champagne colored eyeshadow and applied that on the areas where I wanted to give a nice illuminated highlight. And just doubled on the highlight, because I mean, we can't get enough of highlight, you know what I mean? Finishing the look with some falsies, and that completes it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this fall inspired makeup tutorial, but just so you guys know, if you want to have some sort of a Halloween glam, this is also a great choice for you. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.